Assalamu alaikum. How are you, children? I hope you are doing well and safe at home. Today, in this video lesson, I am going to start a new lesson. The chapter name is Blow in the Wind. Okay, the chapter name is Blow in the Wind. It is a poem. Okay, so who has written this poem? Bob Dylan. Okay, Bob Dylan. What is the name of the poem? Blow in the Wind, uh, written by Bob Dylan. Okay, it's a very interesting poem, but little bit complicated poem. Complicated means it's little difficult to understand what the writer was saying. Okay, it's many meanings are very deep, having very deep meaning. So we can enjoy the poem at the same time we can know about the things what he has in the mind, the writer in his mind. Okay, so first what they have given, um, page number 64, like cinema songs in the music albums are also very popular as they are rendered as audio visual treats. Okay, how we are hearing the cinema songs in the same way, this song musical album also very famous. Okay, very famous with the visual treats. Okay, with the visual treats, here is a song written by Bob Dylan, one of the prominent musician. Okay, this poem was written by Bob Dylan. He is a prominent musician of the United States of America. This song has been described as an anthem of the 1960s civil rights movements. Okay, this song as described as the anthem. What do you mean by anthem? An anthem is a song which is used to represent a particular nation, society or group. Okay, so here in 1960 for the civil rights movement, this song was described as an anthem. So now we are going to see the what is the meaning of the poem. Okay, after we will read that poem. Blow in the Wind is a song written by Bob Dylan. It has been written as a protest song. Okay, it has been described and written as a protest song. What do you mean by protest? Protest means objection, disapproval. Okay, you are not agreeing with the rules and regulation by the anything. Okay, that is protest. So it has been written as a protest song which poses a series of rhetorical. Rhetorical means what? Rhetorical, or Hetorical, rhetorical. Rhetorical means in this poem, the poet, that is the writer, was asking questions, repeatedly asking questions, but he is not accepting the, what is it, answer. Okay, he is asking only question. Okay, he asked in order to make a statement or rather than get an answer. Okay, that is the meaning, rhetorical. And then question about what he was asking, what the writer was asking. He was asking questions about peace, war and freedom. Okay, the writer was repeatedly asking questions about peace, war and freedom. The refrain means refrain. Refrain means a verse or phrase. They actually in English, I told you, no, before itself I told you two meanings the same spelling will come, but different meaning is there. This refrain here meaning is verse or phrase. Okay, the refrain, the verse or phrase. Okay, the words writer was using, no, that is the refrain. Okay, the verse or phrase used in the poem is the answer is blowing in the wind. The attitude of the people is reflected in the refrain. So when we are reading the poem, okay, this stanza, we can understand what is the attitude of the people. Bob Dylan believes that the answer are there, however, no one dares to find them. So, what he was telling, I am asking repeatedly some question. The answer is present here only, but no one is answering. Okay, that is the meaning. Blow in the Wind is a song written by Bob Dylan in 1962 and released as a single on his album. So, he himself released this song. The idea for the song came from an old slave song. He wrote it to talk about the frustration of black Americans at the time, and it became an anthem for the American civil rights movements of the 1960s. So, why he has written this poem? Because he was saw the sufferings of the black Americans. Okay, in America there are different types of peoples who are living. So the black peoples are treated as a slave in America. So he was supporting the black Americans. Okay, he was supporting the black Americans, and he wrote it to talk about the frustration, the suffering, and anger what are the people having, and supporting the black Americans. Okay, and he was writing about the black Americans in this poem. Okay, it became an anthem for the American civil rights movement of the 1960s. So this poem is became an anthem for the American civil rights movements in 1960s. So this Bob Dylan was what is that? He saw the people of black Americans was suffering. Okay, they are neglected, they are avoided. Okay, what are the words we have? They are neglected, they are avoided, they are separated by the white people. Okay, the rulers. Okay, they are separated by the rulers. Okay, so they want freedom. Who want freedom? The black Americans need freedom because of the skin color. Because of the black skin color, they are treated as a slave. Is it correct? No, not in America. Wherever, okay, wherever in the country, the people are treating because of the skin is not correct. Okay, so in America in 1960s, in 1960 and all, the black Americans was treated very very badly. Okay, they are treated as a slave. So this Bob Dylan was supporting the black Americans, and he was writing about how they are suffered. Okay, this is a beautiful poem. And then what are the other things he was saying is, so in this poem, that first line is mentioning, what is it? How many roads must a man walk down before you can call him a man? So here a man is called a man only after he has walked down many roads. So what is the meaning that? So the man was suffering so much of obstacles and struggle. Okay, the man was struggling so much of struggle, obstacles and everything. After only he was recognized as a human being. Okay, for example, the black Americans, they are treated in a bad way after they are struggling and they are asking for the freedom, and then only they got the what is that rights. Okay, this is the meaning. The man here that implies that a man is only recognized, they are recognized as a human being after a long struggle. Okay, long struggle in life, that is the meaning. And here in this poem the dove was mentioned. Why the dove was mentioned here? How many seas must a white dove sail before she sleeps in the sand? Okay, this is the second line. Why they are using doves are symbol of peace. Okay, doves are symbol of peace. But even a white dove, what the writer, he has so much of what is that sadness in his heart, and he was writing this poem. Even a white dove cannot easily find a place in this world to sleep peacefully. Okay, what the author is telling, what the writer was telling, even a white dove cannot have a place to sleep peacefully. That much of what is that suffering and obstacles they are facing. Okay, he is telling. And another phrase he is using in this poem, cannonballs. Cannonballs means indicates war. Okay, indicates war. Cannonballs means indicates war. The answer, or so the author was repeatedly asking, okay, who is going to tell the answer? But is he himself what is that, he himself saying the answer. The answer is present in the air. The answer is here only. Okay, I am asking the question, where is the place to sleep a dove? Where is a place to sleep a dove? Okay, he is asking, and he himself saying the answer. The answer is present here only, he is telling. Okay, everybody knows the answer, he is telling. And again in this poem, one word mountain they are referring. Okay, mountain they are referring. Yes, how many years can a mountain exist before it washed to the sea? So here the mountain is refers to mighty oppressive rulers. Okay, the mountain is picturized as a mighty oppressive rulers. Oppressive rulers means they cruelly treat the other people. Okay, the slave people, that is what is that, oppressive rulers. Okay, the ruler will what is that they cruelly treat the other people, that is oppressive rulers. So the mountain are compared to oppressive rulers. Okay, how many years this mountain will stand like this, he is asking. Okay, the mountain is oppressive rulers, they are very cruel, they are treating the black Americans in a bad way. So the poet was comparing the oppressive ruler to the mountain. Okay, how many years this mountain will stand, this oppressive rulers will stand, he is asking question. If the oppressed people unite, it will be a great force that can. So oppressive rulers and oppressed people. Okay, oppressed means they are in the slave condition. Oppressive rulers is they are treating, cruelly treating the what is that slave people. This oppressed people means they are in the slave, they are slave people. Oppressed people means slave people. The slave people, if they are unite, okay, if the slave people, if they are unite, they have a great force. If they have a great force that can wash a mountain to the sea. So what I told you, the mountain is compared to the oppressive, cruel rulers. How we can destroy this mountain? How we can destroy the cruel rulers? We can destroy the cruel rulers, but how we can unite? by uniting, if we have great force, okay, we are slaves, if we have the great force, we can wash out the mountain on the sea. Okay, so mountain, how the mountain is very very strong, we cannot, what is it, destroy it easily. So he is telling, if you are united and if you have great force, we can destroy the mountain into the sea. Who is telling? The writer is telling. So the writer is giving motivation to the black peoples. Okay, if you have in that time, okay, in 1960, he was giving motivation to the people by writing this beautiful poem. Okay, so what he is telling, if you are united and if you have great force, you can destroy the oppressive rulers, cruel rulers. He is telling. Are you able to follow me? The slaves and the oppressed people do not have a life in this world. It's true. Can a slave people live happily? They are always treating badly by the white people and other people. They cannot have what is that, peace in their mind. Okay, bodily and mind, everything was what is that, they are oppressed. Oppressed means they are have burden in their heart. Okay, so the slaves and the oppressed people do not have a life in this world. They don't have life. If you don't have proper rights, how can you live in this world? You cannot. One people is treating very well and another people is treating badly, means how can they live? It's very very bad thing. They are bodily weak and they are inner in their heart also they are weak. Okay, so we cannot live in this world. They are also existing, not living as others, but they are existing in the world, but they are not living as others. Who? The slave people. Okay, the slave people, oppressed people. Oppressive rulers is cruel ruler. Oppressed people means those who have they are in the slave position, that is oppressed people. The people in power. So now the poet, the writer is come to the conclusion. Okay, what he was telling is, the people in power, they supporters and other and some other people who do not want to help the poor or interfere in the matters of injustice or the pretenders. So for example, in that period he is telling the president or prime minister, they are in the power. Okay, and supporters also, they are supporting the ruler, and some other people who do not want to help. Okay, and other people also not helping the poor people. Poor people means those who are the slave people. For that slave people, no one is helping. Okay, and they are not interfering to any matters. Okay, they are not interfering in any matters to that slave people of injustice or the pretenders. So they know everything what is happening. The blackish or treating very badly. They are seeing directly, but they are pretenders. Pretenders means they are acting as if they don't know anything. Okay, pretenders means they are acting as if they don't know anything. That is the meaning. Okay, pretenders. So they are injustice. They are not justice. Injustice to the people. They are telling. This is the a beautiful poem written by Bob Dylan. He was describing the black Americans is treated as a slave, and he was supporting the black Americans, and he was saying some examples of the oppressive rulers and the oppressed people. Okay, how much they are suffering, and he is comparing the mountain to the oppressive ruler. Okay, and then he is using the dove. Even a white dove don't have place to sleep peacefully, he was telling. Okay, so it's a very very beautiful poem. Once I will I'll read the poem, you just listen. Okay, after that we will conclude this chapter. Okay. How many roads must a man walk down before you can call him a man? How many seas must a white dove sail before she sleeps in the sand? Yes, how many times must the cannonballs fly before they are forever banned? The answer, my friend, is blowing the wind. The answer is blowing the wind. Yes, how many years can a mountain exist before it is washed to the sea? Yes, how many years can some people exist before they are allowed to be free? Yes, how many times can a man turn his head and pretend that he just doesn't see? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. Yes, how many times must a man look up before he can see the sky? Yes, how many years must one man have before can he hear people cry? Yes, how many deaths will take it till he knows that too many people have died? The answer, my friend, is blowing the wind. The answer is blowing the wind. So the author was concluded, is telling the answer is in front of you, but they are pretending that as if they don't know anything. So the repeatedly is asking the question without expecting the answer. So it's a very, very beautiful poem. Learn the poem from your textbook, read out loudly, so that you will improve your pronunciation and everything. If you have any doubt, you can ask me through mobile. Until then, take care. Assalamu alaikum.